Okay. So I thought I would check out YouTube has a new live feature, the vertical. I don't have to turn my phone sideways anymore. So I was checking out to see how that worked. I've got friend here. But because we're vertical, it shows we have much less space to show. Um, I was planning on doing a live stream when I ended season one, in between seasons one and two, to talk about my thoughts on the show Soap, but I kind of got distracted by life stuff and I didn't do it. This show is wild. And that's mildly putting it. This show is absolutely bonkers. And I don't know exactly what I expected when I started it, but it was not this. Like, things move so quickly. We went from a mother and wife having an affair to that same mother and wife being on trial for the murder of the person she was having an affair with within just like 10 episodes. Joseph Smith, how do I have internet? I am using a hotspot box from the library. I had to go a full month without it because they were changing over the system. It's a different service this year than they used last year. Because last year I used the library hotspot. Yeah, I finally got one. It took a while. When I jumped on the list, I was at like 950. But then on the around the 1st of March, it dropped and I was going down like 200 points a day. And I had one. I think I've had it since when did I start uploading soap? Because that's when I full got internet again. But I don't know, like, I know I'm going to have it for at least the rest of April, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to renew it in May or if I'm going to have to be put back on the waiting list because they just like I think now that they have the new system, there should be enough to keep the circulation going. But I don't know what put the hold up to begin with. So, but for now, I do have internet, and I'm going to be trying to get through all 4 seasons of Soap before I have to take this box back. When you rent them, for those that aren't aware, if you rent a hotspot box, you get it for 6 weeks, and I believe it's 50 gigabytes of data a month, but it doesn't stop after you hit the 50. So I don't think there's a limit. But this box doesn't say there's a limit though. The other one did. The other one gave me a clear limit. If you push the button, it gives you information, and it gave me a clear limit of how much I had used and where the limit was, and then it would just keep counting. But this new box, it doesn't even show a limit or how much I've used, which is kind of terrifying because I don't know how much I use. I know my last soap video was a little bit heavy. I think it depends on what you're streaming. Most of the time, like when I record soap, if I'm doing one episode, it'll usually come between 1.5 and 1.7 gigabytes. But then when I did the double episode today, that was 3.7 gigabytes. And if it had gotten to 3.8, it would have stopped and started a second video. So I'm glad I'm trying to figure out where the lines are with that. But I think the problem with that is I'm using I've got the picture too big on my soap reactions. I've either got my face or I've got the soap side too big. I'm thinking I'm going to make my side smaller and keep soap full on the other side. Because I don't know if y'all noticed I was messing with the size of the player in the last video. I couldn't get it to stick, but it'll stick if I make it big and put it all the way up to the side. And I think I'll use less memory on my card if I just make myself smaller. So that's probably what I'm going to be trying to do. Oh, I got distracted. I was talking about soap and then I got distracted talking about how I'm online. Um, Donald Trump should go to jail, is my opinion on that. I don't, he's not going to have the money to pay that he needs to pay, and they're telling him that he needs to pay it. So he just needs to shut up and step back, and maybe things will slow down a little bit for him, but he is getting himself in more and more trouble because he doesn't know how to shut up. Anyways, he reminds me a little bit of the football player on Soap, who I also really don't like because he's a narcissistic, arrogant asshole that thinks that everything is about him and nobody else's feelings or thoughts matter. Like, now we're back on Soap. Okay, the football player pisses me off so fucking much. I wanted to punch the football player. I hope y'all have all gotten to the part where you get to see Jody punch him because that was cathartic as fuck. Because that guy pissed me off. He pissed me off in the first season because Jody proved his love. Jody was literally in a hospital about to let you about sorry, I'm reading comments. Jody was literally in a hospital about to have his dick cut off for this football player. And the football player's like, no, I'm just going to go marry a real woman instead. And now that Jody is going to be a father, the football player's like, oh, well, I'd rather be with you. And he's looking down on him for wanting to marry Carol, but and it is weird that he's wanting to marry Carol since he's gay, but it's also kind of the right thing to do since they are having a child together. It feels a lot like it's something they did just to make people happy because they were tired of having a gay character just openly be gay. But still, it doesn't really upset me that he's marrying Carol, aside from the fact that I don't like Carol too much. And that's just because she is very manipulative and narcissistic. Surprisingly, most of the characters that I don't like are manipulative and narcissistic. It's the reason that I don't really like Elaine either. But Elaine, I think they're changing her character. They're actively trying to change her character. They were trying to abuse her until she broke and became different, which I didn't like. That's a plot line that I'm glad that they're kind of done with because that one sucked. I'm hoping I'm going to make some predictions for the future. So I'm not going to be on live for long. I was just making this to kind of see how it works. They should make me into Soap. I actually want to be made into a marijuana tree. Like, when I die, I want to be composted down to mulch and used to grow marijuana that people can smoke and inhale bits of me. I think that would be pretty cool. Anyways, so I've lost complete track of what I was going to say. Oh, 3 times now they've mentioned that they think that there's a curse on the family. So I'm hoping sometime before the 4th season that there actually is a curse. Like there's a seance and it's found that there actually is a curse on the family and they can do like a demonic possession thing or something with Bob. I want to see Bob be real. That's my goal. That would be the funniest part, I think, of Soap if they had an episode where just randomly Bob was real and running around doing things. The big booty curse. Mona is Who's the Boss, isn't it? I think you've got the wrong show. Jessica looks a bit like Mona, though. I haven't seen that show in a long time. Who's the Boss? Why do I think it's okay to review whole episodes of copyrighted material? I don't know. I guess because it's on YouTube for free and nobody else seems to be getting in trouble for it. And I don't mean it's on YouTube. Like, I know YouTube offers free movies, and like Christopher Titus has his own YouTube channel where he puts all of his stuff up on free. And I'm aware that that does not mean I can put it on my channel for free. But with Soap, it's not just one channel that has every episode uploaded. There's like 5 different channels that have every episode uploaded and have for years and have like thousands of views. And so it's clear that nobody really cares too much about the copyright, I guess. And if they did care, I would take them down. I'm happy that they're on YouTube though, because it means that I get to enjoy them. Which I obviously didn't get to enjoy the series in the 70s because I wasn't alive. Anyways, I'm going to shut this down. I just wanted to see how the vertical live streaming looked. Say bye, friend. We will be back with more Soap tomorrow afternoon.